So it is going to be interesting to see if they actually know what's going on this map. But
yeah, because they usually ban it first. Like, I mean, obviously that they don't play Vertigo either. So I mean, they went for that as the first ban. But Overpass, I feel like, I think they're just taking this as, you know what, we'll take it on the chin. We'll go to a third. I think is maybe the ethereal logic here, but look at those odds.
Ooh, that
is what happens when you're 16-2 in the first map.
But
may the
still,
odds be ever in your favor.
Still, it's kind of like, for the odds to be even, should suggest that Winstrike, like, statistically is a map better than Ethereal in general. Then the odds make really good sense now. But if Ethereal play well here on Overpass, don't see that. The likelihood of that is pretty small. And if they play good on Dust 2, we could see something interesting coming our way. It's Ethereal opening up here. It's Kenzie with a triple.
I mean, you said if they play well, and that's certainly good from Kenzie to start things off, but Bondic left in a 1v2. We'll finish off Passionoy. Now that leaves Robin. Oh! That was a little bit cheeky, wasn't it? I mean,
that's one way to close it down.
Yeah, 3 kills for Bondic. I mean, they were having to fight back after Kenzie found 3 openings there. So, I mean, and that was as you were saying. It depends whether Ethereal can stand up to the fight, and Kenzie certainly finding a few. Intel moments of brilliance there. But it was Bondic who, in the end, clutched it out. And Winstrike, they pick up the first. And Ethereal, I'm pretty sure that they'll force buy into this next round. I expect them to. And they have done. An MP9, a Scout, a few Deagles.
Look at the minimap. See their stack here? They got 4 players towards the team on time. And it's B hit.
Yeah, these nades, though, do a lot of damage to Ethereal, and they will. Oh, Shonik and Robin taking a lot, and his Passional shoot falls early. With this Deagle, he's not going to find anything. The only kill that's been found so far has been Zorte on the Scout as they boost up over. Elliot did spot that one out, and he's ready for when they go for it again. And that is going to be the end of it for Ethereal in this one. Nice shot from Kenzie, though. Will do little for the round, apart from a bit of economic damage.
He deals a bit of economic damage, as you point out, but yeah, not a whole lot left for him. He should just try and worry about holding on to this Scout. Obviously, the next round is going to be a full eco, so holding on to the Scout will help him. He'll have a bit of extra firepower, rather than just those USPs. Ooh, Robin with a Zeus. I've seen Robin with a Zeus before. Hit some weird, like, almost like a Foon play, where he just jumps around a corner and hits someone with it. I'm looking forward to see if he jumps down towards the, he's not. Maybe. I thought maybe he was gonna go underpass and sit, like, at the bottom of the steps and wait for someone to push through. He was a little bit late for that.
Yeah, and Kenzie just been blasted, hasn't he?
Close towards middle.
Yeah, good 2 opening kills for Winstrike. This Zeus, I mean, maybe if it had been able to find an opening kill, would have been interesting. Obviously, because then it's pretty much you're guaranteed a weapon recovered. So I'd say has actually finished off 1 onto Elian. And that's a Galil in his hands now. So there is still a chance for damage. Belshonok towards the back of that site here. I think they spotted out his head peeking over because Lackey was very aware of that one. Robin salvaged a Scout, which at least makes him a bit more effective at a range outside of the Zeuses.
I love that music. Gives me fond memories of playing this map quite a bit. Robin, he picked up the Scouts. And he's just gonna try and see if he can hold on to it again. Again, not a bad beat. Scout is still a very strong weapon. If you don't have enough money, it seems like they actually might have enough money for the AWP here. Salty. Yeah, Salty can get it. He's not gonna have a lot of utility behind it or anything like that, but will be able to get the AWP.
Yeah. I actually don't have very fond memories of that club music. It's usually from when I'm trying to save as a terrorist, you know? Trying to save your gun and you can hear the music blaring. Can't hear the steps coming towards you and then you're dead. Those are not the fond memories as Robin gets rid of the Zeus. Sad.
Classic Molly. Something that we see pretty much every opener or every round, almost every round here on Overpass. He was a little bit late on it. He didn't go for the full running. The thing is, if you line that up early, if you throw that early, you'll block any players from leaving spawn or leaving that side of spawn at least for quite some time. And it allows you to get the first peek at CT and oh! There you go.
That's the way to reply. Yeah.
Collateral. We love to see it.
Yeah. Oh, baby, a collateral. Yeah, it's certainly one way to respond back after an opening kill going the way of Winstrike. ETHEREAL are hoping they can put their first on the board here and at least, you know, keep Winstrike within arm's reach for the time being. Through. Belchonok just going to hold left mouse 1 towards the monster tunnel in prison. Well, now he's dead. He leaves just Bondic and Nickelback at 2 versus 4 as they look for shots, and with Nickelback to fall, Bondic remains, and Navik does quite a lot of damage, but that's going to serve him not very well because they obviously know where he is. He's going to get tagged down even further, but he does find the shot on towards Belchonok. Backs away, can't cut the bomb, and he's just going to save surely here.
What you gotta keep in mind at this point here for Bondic is that he's got the weapon in his hands, and obviously holding on to that would be nice. Furthermore, they have a good amount of money on all of the players. Ilian or Chrisen could use a drop. So with him holding on to the weapon, that means he can keep that weapon for himself and drop that AWP over. So it makes the most sense for him to just hold on to the weapon, which he ended up doing. Good decision there. Gives them more utility to work with, gives them that AWP on Ilian, which he wouldn't have been able to afford otherwise. Bondic would have been able, even if he died, he would have been able to drop it. But gives them a bit of extra utility at the very least.
Yeah. Salty. Obviously got that double with the AWP, the collateral in the previous round. It's not often that happens, but a good grace of will coming over the ETHEREAL squad there in that previous one allows them to secure a first, and they'll be hoping they can build a little momentum off the back of that because they don't want to have the reverse of, of the previous map going their way. Because, I mean, a 16-2 opener on Nuke, Winstrike will be hoping to enter back here. They're already doing better. They've already bettered the scoreline from that previous map. ETHEREAL will be hoping they can keep in close contention here, although it's not a map they play all too much.
That sounds a little bit sad, that they already have a better score than they did on the first map, but... I mean, I guess reality is sad sometimes.
Certainly is, and Winstrike, let's hope they don't dwell on it as they... I mean, they can look to the positives, but Sorte... Not a nice position to be in. Winstrike gonna roll over this A side. Kenzie's the only one who can find anything. And it's the 4-on-2. He's tagged down as well. That's unfortunate. Chrisen's picked himself up a second kill. And it is just Belchonok a 1 versus 4. But there's a first offset solar flare into the sky. But that's not going to do much to stop Chrisen, who will secure himself free. And it's the first 3 kills for him in the game as well. In this map.
Obviously, as you pointed out, already a better map entirely for Winstrike, but a very strong start to it as well. So not only do they manage to make it 4-1, which is obviously great. That's what they hope for. It's on the T side. I know that nowadays this map is more or less 50-50, I think. Isn't that correct?
I think
remember-
so. Yeah, the CTs can, if they play aggression well, it's certainly a map you can pick up quite a lot on the CT side. So I reckon it's about 50-50.
I remember I used to say, like, I would say roughly a year ago, I used to call this map, like, super heavy CT-sided. Because that's just, like, whenever I watched the game, it ended up being CT-sided with the games I watched. Then after going into stats and all that...
Oh!
Ooh, okay. Get back to that point in a little bit.
Yeah, I mean...
Kenzie just telling me not so politely to shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, recover a couple weapons off that, and Passion, he's gonna go forward with the AK as well, and it's all up to us Bondi, because this round, I mean, it was against unarmored Eagles for the most part. And it's Bondi against 5, and he's not even gonna be able to find a single kill. ETHEREAL. Yeah.
I guess we're watching Counter-Strike. What is happening, man? Kenzie, Peshanoi, sick round. Sickening. That was brilliant.
It was very sickening. Yeah. I almost gagged.
What I was trying to say is that this map typically is considered a slightly T-sided map nowadays. I used to believe that it was CT-sided because every time I watched the game on it, it just happened to be CT-sided. Like whenever, like the games that I was watching. But statistically speaking, it is slightly T-sided, but more or less 50-50. But a good start for Winstrike regardless.
Most maps sort of, at this point, are heading sort of 50-50, and that was not a good Molotov. Or an incendiary, I should say, from the ETHEREAL side. Bounced straight up in the air and exploded. I think that was one meant for the park position. But, alas, it will never land.
Oh, oh yes. Ooh, Kristen in the meantime, he goes for the aggression in towards the B-bomb side. Delchina gets shut down. Robin looking for a bit more, but it's gonna be Passionoi shutting down Kristen. Oh, Passionoi is gonna get hunted. Lackey and Nickelback making it look easy. Salty, absolutely nothing left for him to do. His position is even known. Oh, Lackey,
Jeez.
what a round from him. What a round from Lackey.
Yeah, well played. Does Passionoi, did Passionoi never complete the Call of Duty 4 tutorial? You should know by now that switching to your pistol is always faster than reloading. As he gets caught out on that reload towards the back of the site, Lackey's able to swing around the corner and finish him off pretty easily with the deagle.
Your memory is insane, or otherwise you just completed the tutorial not too long ago.
Yeah,
I had no clue where you. I had no clue where you were going with that, and when you said it, I was like, okay, I remember that now.
I'm full of little gems, but they only come out from time to time. Yeah, I've struggled with the tutorial. I had to get help from a friend to finally complete it for the first time now. But, no, it's just, I don't know, it's one of those things that sort of just stick with you. It's just lodge in the back of your brain and come out with the weirdest
I only play
moments.
Counter-Strike. I don't play those other weird games, okay? Well,
No,
I play
I guess
as well.
Oh no!
Now the chat is gonna hate me.
I guess my my Bangalore reference earlier in the previous matchup may have slipped by then. That was an Apex Legends one. Yeah. Either way, we are here to commentate CIS. And, well, ETHEREAL, they put themselves in a 2-on-1. It's only Kenzie and Passionoi who remain, but with Passionoi getting caught there, Kenzie has the bomb. And Krisen's probably Well, because Risen seems aware of the potential of Kenzie's position, but really get the timing. Oh, he gets the shot either way. And Winstrike, they'll keep ETHEREAL to 2 for now.
It's so good on the timing there. I mean, obviously a little bit lucky as well. When we speak about timing, it can't just be good. There is a lot of luck involved in that, but it's not entirely luck, because you'll always know, like, when you've played a lot of Counter-Strike, you'll always have like sort of a timer in the back of your mind that sort of counts. If he's not in this position, it'll take him roughly this long to pop up here or here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of skill involved in it as well. Should be fairly clean round here.
Just these pistols for them. For the ETHEREAL side, they're hoping to do a bit of damage, but Winstrike so far successfully shutting most of that down. They may have the opposite here compared to the first map, but that is a lovely shot from Passionoid. As he wants to recover the AWP, Bondic won't let him, and rightly so. It's both of these ETHEREAL players trying to set up now to get anything they can out of this round, as there's players holding. Bondic will get the first, and he's ready and raring to find a second on the same angle. Kenzie is not peeking.
Kenzie could potentially find the timing here on Bondic. Should be able to. If Bondic peeks out at the very least, should be able to shut him down. But got Lackey focused up in a good position as well. Oh, that's a good
kill.
shot
Fair
onto
enough.
Lackey.
Yeah.
7-2
2 kills in the
though.
round for ETHEREAL. Yeah.
If we take, obviously we looked at Nuke, and Nuke was very strong map going into it for ETHEREAL, and it wasn't a strong map. It's a map that Winstrike have played quite a bit, but it's not a strong map for them. Here we have sort of a turnaround, not entirely, because this is a pretty strong map for Winstrike, a map that they play quite a bit, and it's a map that ETHEREAL don't play or barely play at all. And even back when the majority of this lineup was in Unique, they didn't play it. All in all, it's not going to be an easy task here for ETHEREAL on this map. That being said, it's not over yet. Even though it's 7-2 on the board favoring Winstrike, there's definitely still opportunity here for ETHEREAL.
Maybe not in this round. Beltronic has gone down early on. That's never fun. And it's up to ETHEREAL to try and bounce back. Exactly what the doctor ordered. A bit of aggression that does bring things into an even 3-on-3. He isn't trying to push forward, he's taking a lot of damage as his teammate falls. And he will get the kill towards the player shot. But it costs him his life. It leaves Elian in a 1 versus 2 of his position though. And Bomb dropped around the corner. He needs to go and fetch it. And he's down to just 40 points of health. These last 2 players for ETHEREAL might actually be able to close out this round as a nice push in towards short nets them. And even standing in, well, they work off the back of that. 3 on the board for ETHEREAL. They've bettered the score that Winstrike had in the previous map of Nuke. That was a nice little boost to find Beltronic there.
So I think the key thing here for ETHEREAL, if you will, I think they have to wait for T-side. Like, they have to try and get as many rounds as possible, but they know they're not going to get a whole lot. And I think they're okay with that. As long as they get a good start on the T-side, I actually think they have a real good chance of bringing it back. And here's why. So, when you're on a map that you're not super comfortable on, you have the advantage on the T side, because then you control the pace of the game. And what happens when 2 teams go head-to-head on a map that they're both comfortable on is that they both know what the typical, I guess, strats and all that good stuff, and the typical timings of the strats and all that stuff is on that map. That's not the case for these two teams. So ETHEREAL can run something that's completely new to Winstrike, and they can run something, a very pop-heavy strat where Winstrike will just get completely caught off guard. So I think T-side actually has a real good potential for ETHEREAL on this one.
See if they can close out this round, though. Is it looking good for the time being? If they can hold back the rest of these players, which they certainly can do. Robin, that is sublime. 3 quick shots there with the M4A1S, secure ETHEREAL at 4th, and they are still putting rounds on the board here, and a few left to play for in this half. They can certainly have a pretty decent CT nonetheless.
Good frag on short there from Pashanoi, but it was mostly Robin just lining them up, tapping away with the silenced M4, hitting some gnarly hit shots to finish off that round.
That kill from Pashanoj actually, that kill from Pashanoj actually allows Robin to basically hold that angle so calmly.
Very high impact there.
Yeah.
Yep, to the start of this round, Ilian takes a little bit of damage, and that was to the point I made very early on this map. If you throw that molly early on down towards the T steps, it means that the AWPer, if he decides to go for the peak, is going to take a bit of damage by doing so. Or he's just forced to run straight through, but by doing that, you allow your opponents to potentially find a pick from their peak, from their position, I suppose. So Ilian taking a little bit of damage early into the round. Belchanok the same. Equal start to the round here, or very similar start to the round at least. Not a whole lot of utility remaining on the Winstrike side though. That could potentially be an issue.
Yeah, I mean, not much to get into a site. A couple smokes, a Molotov, a couple flashbangs, and a HE. And they're going to use a bit of that towards this A site. Both those smokes come through. You can get yourself in with just the 2 smokes. And these little for the post plant. The kill's going to get traded back and forth. 4 on 4 from 3. Flashbang by the truck. He's going to get them lined up and going to knock them down. A 2-for-1. And Bondik, he's able to reply, but it might be too little too late. 16 seconds on the clock. Kenzie is still out towards long and could shut down this bomb plant potentially if he peeks out, but he's just going to decide not to. Decides to play it safe instead, as Belchonok's going to be coming through short as well. I mean, Elian's definitely heard all those steps. And we'll probably be able to find the frag, and Winstrike might be able to find an 8 there. They certainly should be able to, as a couple kills come through. Leaves it up to Robin, who found a 3k prior. Can he find 2 here? He spots out the first towards truck. That is Bondik. That is Bondik who wins it out. 8 on the board for Winstrike. They'll secure themselves a lead for half-time.
It's a very impressive comeback into that round there for Winstrike. Wasn't looking great after the double spray down from Pashanoi. He almost caught the triple. Had he gotten that kill that was towards Bondik, that would have certainly been the end of the round. Obviously, we got the hindsight, so it looked like it would have been the end of the round at the very least. Bondik, massive comeback into the round there. I'm a little bit worried about Chris. Excuse me, was it Kenzie? I think it was Kenzie out towards long, that he didn't peek the side when the bomb got planted. At least just to give them the information of where the plant was. Yeah,
I think maybe we didn't want to give up a frag because we were in the 3-on-2. Thought with the flank coming through, they might just be able to close it out pretty cleanly. But in the end, it doesn't go their way. And now it's just pistols that are being ransacked. Elian already with 2 kills. Lackey will chime in with 1 as well. A nice shot from Belchonok, though. Does take down the AWPer and 1 potentially towards a connector as well. Kenzie will be able to salvage an AK off the back of that one. And it's going to just make sure that there's nobody else around that angle. Belchonok trying to find more of his deagle, but will get pushed by all 3 players. And with all the will in the world, you're not going to be able to find much there. Even just killing him. They're not actually holding for him. I'm surprised they didn't have at least one of those players watching the connector. They both assumed he was going to push deep through connector and potentially come behind them past fountain. I'm surprised neither of them was actually watching connector, and that gives up another kill. But the round goes their way nonetheless.
But again, considering how how little Ethereal actually invested into that round to get 3 kills and take that much money off of your opponents. It means that it doesn't matter all that much this late into the game. I'll give them that much, but it means essentially that your opponents are going to be somewhat low on on money here. So if Ethereal picks up the victory in this round, they have a real good opportunity of picking it up in the next as well, and then making it a 9-6 half, which wouldn't be half bad considering they don't play this map.
Yeah, certainly so. Just a little update from the mainstream. I mentioned before that Cyber Legacy took their map pick 16-6 over Na'Vi. Currently on the second map, Na'Vi are leading on the CT side of Nuke 11-8. So they're looking okay to bring it to a third. And hopefully alleviate any embarrassment of losing. Zorta's position here is actually pretty good. I like this because, I mean, he is pretty singled out and he's leaving a lot of risk in this position. And, okay, never mind. He's just been immediately killed. I thought he might be able to basically sort of sneak his way into a couple of kills on the backlines there. Obviously playing sort of risky in the sense that he's hoping that nobody's come through long, but either way he dies. Kenzie can only manage one. It's up to Passionage to try and hold the fort down, but it will be Belchonic and Robin who need to try and retake this 2v3. And with the way Winstrike have been holding these sites, it's not going to be easy. That smoke isn't the greatest. Bondic does take a lot of damage from the nade, but I feel they're going to allow Winstrike to a 10th and just hope that he can find a 5th here in the final round of the half.
I don't hate this from Ethereal, falling back and holding on to their weapons. It's only 2 weapons, but it's better than having basically nothing in the next round. Next round is going to be the last of first half, so they want to make sure that they bring as much as possible into that next round. They knew that they didn't really have much of a chance of clutching this one out regardless. So holding on to those weapons gives them a way better chance in that next round to potentially make it 10-5 rather than 11-4.
Yeah, because Belchonic and Robin, they can drop over a couple FAMASes, perhaps, to a couple of teammates. Passionage, he has the best catch out of everybody else. He probably should buy himself up something here. Drop that FAMAS to Zorte, perhaps.
And now, the thing is, Zorte is the sniper. You probably want him on a scout.
Then.
Yeah.
Perhaps. I don't know. I feel like a FAMAS, just in sort of general purpose, might be a little bit better. Because I feel like you need to be able to rifle as well. Like, I don't think it's acceptable to have an AWPer who can't rifle as well. Especially with the sort of current economy especially on the CT side of things as well. It is so hard to get AWPs up and running unless you're just sort of ransacking the Ts every single round.
Yeah, I agree with you entirely. What we tend to see more often than not, though, is that the sniper plays most with the, rather with the scout than a FMS.
Perhaps.
We'll see what he goes for.
Yeah. Does get dropped the FAMAS. Yeah. So they will go for those 3 FAMASes, a couple M4s. We'll see if that's going to be enough, though, because Winstrike, they're looking pretty good on this T side, and they're looking good to try and take 11. But if they've had a couple close rounds that just slipped away from them. Could have been so much more here, and they're certainly doing better than Winstrike did on Nuke. That's for sure. And I think the T side here for them, as you mentioned earlier on, is going to be really where they can start to get themselves into a good position and start to claw back some rounds against Winstrike, because the Ts are going to be working their way out towards long for this round. Zorte is actually going to be wielding the Deagle rather than the FAMAS. Okay. Obviously doesn't like the FAMAS then. Was hoping to go for some style points with the Deagle. Unfortunately, all he ends up in is a grave. No montages for him.
at that point he should have gone for the scout, because at least with the scout you'll get the early peek.
Yeah.
Allows you to potentially deal some damage. I don't know. That was a wonky play from Salty.
Yeah, I mean, when I said maybe use the FAMAS, I was hoping he'd actually. Or when I said get the FAMAS, I was hoping he'd actually use it,
Yeah.
not use a sidearm. I mean, if you had the scout there, you could maybe understand it, but certainly maybe with the scout, he would have taken a first shot and then switched over to Deagle to try and finish one off. But they're not looking good here. That's at least one for Robin that hopes to claw something back. 20 seconds on the clock as Winstrike will get the bomb planted. ETHEREAL aren't going to push forward to try and deny that, as they're all three behind the back of the site, and with only Kenzie alive, he gets one. This would have to be an absolutely insane clutch with only 39 points of health, and it won't come through as Elian will end it off. As Winstrike, they'll secure themselves an 11-4 half as we'll head to a short break.
Yeah, I've been getting good at alchemy. And you can stay inside in the dark, but without it, you never let go. And when you're done with hiding and you wanna have control, you and I can find a perfect fantasy. Stepped out looking like a small fire, half glass that filled with desire. Head down, but no, I can't deny it. Life is fun when you're a liar.
We're living for the moment now, we're one with the world. I can't lose this feeling I get. My heart's in the right place, and so is my soul, yeah. I won't take no excuses for it. Love it, need it, live it. I feel like something's missing when I do not have it. I feel it in my bones, gotta find my space. These emotions on my face, taking a toll, I gotta pay it forward. I'll give it all that I can. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. Yeah. No what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take it no more. If I won't, I will be. Just leave it to me. I know what I need. You'll find if you see. And if you believe, you live and you breathe, you'll find the key. Lifting me, lifting you. Can't go alone, let's do by two. Doing this together, it's me by you. All through the night, all through the night.
Welcome back, people. It is the second half between Winstrike and ETHEREAL. 11-4, that's the result for the first half, favoring Winstrike on their T side. Now they're going to be on CT. Ethereal, I mentioned it in that first half, they do have a better chance here on the T side, in my humble opinion. But if Lackey just continues his pistol forte, as he's been doing the entire time, it's not going to be easy for them.
No, and they're trying to duel long range with the Glocks there down long. I mean, it's an ambitious fight. Luckily for them, they're not going to get taken down because of it. And you can see, as this map has progressed, it's shifted more and more in favor of the Winstrike side in those GG.bet odds. They tied it up after that first map, but now Winstrike back firmly in advantage as they're looking like the favourites once more.
Back 3-on-3, pushing closer towards the B-bomb site. Spondit kills off initially. Gets a bit of help here from Kristen. And now it's going to be all on Robin. Not a whole lot left for him to do. 1-on-3 situation. 30 HP remaining. He's got a long rotation ahead of him. He does decide to go straight for that long rotation. Should know that there are players close by. And indeed, he spots out Nickelback. Spots out another. That's a 6-shot from Robin, though. Good opportunity for a bomb plant. Needs to be careful about the potential of a flank. Or just death. There you have it. Nickelback finally shuts him down. Robin, at least he gets the bomb plant, which, honestly, he gets a kill and a bomb plant in a 1-on-3 situation. That's not easy, so props to him for that.
Yeah. And obviously, this is going to help skew those odds even more in Winstrike's favor for this series. And, well, 12-4. Feels not long ago we were on Nuke. It feels like not long ago before that we were finishing up the previous series. It's been a very quick couple maps here, and especially if Winstrike can close this one down, which it looks like they're going to be able to, with only a few rounds needed here on the CT side. But ETHEREAL, if they can start picking something up quickly here, they've got themselves a couple AKs, a couple Galils. There's certainly hope. It'd be a long slog though.
Just one real quick, I just want to give you guys an update on the match over on the mainstream. First map in that match, is what I'm trying to say, went in the favor of Cyber Legacy, 16-6, and now Na'Vi are leading 14-10. Bondic leading the charge with a nice little headshot here on Belchinok in the match you're watching currently. Winstrike, as you pointed out, Dan, it's looking pretty good for them here on Overpass. Wasn't looking that well on the previous map. Nuke was a complete throwaway, if you will.
Bit of a blunder. Yeah, and certainly Winstrike should be able to close this one down. Obviously, these weapons can still find damage for Thero, but down a man already. And Mavelian spawning towards long. He does spot out a couple players. Tags down Zorte a little bit with that scout, so he'll need to be careful he doesn't give himself up too easily to these Winstrike players, as with that tag, it's going to be Lackey just pushing through a smoke. He will get Kenzie, but Zorte is able to trade a kill out. Passionor with another. That's actually bringing things into a 3-on-3, but only 17 seconds on the clock. That bomb needs to move quickly. Is it going towards the B site? They have time for this, I think, but it's a ballsy call. Prison is going to be able to take down Passionor, who was there, the Guardian, who had cleared out the B site, and with him gone, there's just no chance for Zorte to get that bomb planted. And Winstrike, I'll find a 13th, a couple weapons saved though for Ethereal. They'll take the AKs into that next round.
So we've had a lot of big brain plays throughout the European event a week ago that you and I covered last Tuesday, and through the previous matchup that we had on this stream today. Now we've seen a very low IQ play as well. So if you know your... well, I mean, I can't be too harsh on them because they don't play the map.
It wasn't too bad. He had the time, but...
Nah, he didn't. He just missed the timing. The thing is, if you play a map a lot, you'll have like an internal clock of this is how long it takes to rotate from this point of the map to the next. But Ethereal don't play the map, so I can't really be too harsh on them. But it's still very, as you said, a ballsy move. I would call it like not a smart move. to run off away from your teammates solo, try and go down towards the B bomb site is never really smart with that little time remaining. You have to clear the site still.
They had Passionoi who had worked his way through the B site and had caught the only player who was still there. And he was very far forward, so he basically the site was clear. But then with Passionoi going down, it then wasn't. But I mean, Ethereal, as we've been talking, with these pistols and the couple safe weapons, have been able to find a lot of damage. It is Crizzen 1 versus 2. The deals with Passionoi, and Crizzen fakes out the drop down into water with the pistol, and I mean, that actually does bait Zorta into pushing forward. He can't find the shot initially, though. And it's now AK versus M4, long-range duel, 30 seconds on the clock. Zorta doesn't need to go for the plant straight away. He may just tap it here and try and bait Crizzen in, but actually he's going to hold it. He's going to just get that bomb planted, and that now puts the pressure on Crizzen, and the time is in Zorta's favour. And as he peeks around the corner, Crizzen will actually secure the kill either way. Doesn't give a damn.
Zorta has been incredibly strong on Nuke. He hit some gnarly shots. Very crisp and clean headshots, if you will. I know that used to be a bit of a meme. I'm outdated, I'm sorry. My meme game is not up to date. But yeah, he... kind of a weird swing there. Long distance spray down towards heaven. Swinging from the side. I'm not entirely sure about that. Would love to see a quick shoulder peek instead, and then just playing the time if you could. Sometimes you miss those opportunities, but at the end of the day, a long distance spray down towards heaven is generally not a good idea. Ethereal not playing their best Counter-Strike on this map. Again, it's a map they don't really play, but I think the individual play here is not great either. And yeah, again, the odds just continuing to favor Winstrike. It makes pretty good sense. We're almost back to the odds that we saw pre-game, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense as they'll trade maps out. It sort of balances out in the series, and yeah, I mean, obviously, if they're all banging out that first game pretty convincingly, Winstrike doing the same here, it does set things up for what could be a very interesting final map. And that is actually going to be Dust 2.
(14-4), 2 more rounds in the favor of Winstrike, and we will be going to that third and final map. Brilliant. I'll try and make sure that they secure this one. A lot of time used once again for Ethereal. Nickelback posted up, good positioning down towards the B bomb site. He's solo currently. I think he's got a teammate just now pushing in closer towards the B bomb site. Yep, Crizzen there to help him out at this point.
25 seconds though, and they are running out of time.
And so low, man.
Yeah. Are they still going to go for this? Like, Nickelback is here still, and it's finding damage. That nade is going to finish off Robin. They just don't have the time, surely. Those kills maybe give him space if they go quickly, but from behind Elian, oh no, it's going to have to be the kill. Bondik is just going to hide. Zorta does get the time to plant the bomb down. He goes for the fight, but it's Bondik who wins it out, and 15 on the board for Winstrike. Once again, a 1v1 coming down to the wire, but it is the CTs who will continue to rack up the rounds on this CT side, and a bit of carnage there in the dying stages of that round.
And again, a pretty big swing and a miss to finish off the round. More or less exactly what we saw in the previous, like swinging out after that plan and going for the spray down rather than playing it how you're supposed to. Either way, Winstrike, one more round, and they'll secure the victory on this one. Ethereal, I was about to try and build something up, but I don't see it happening. I think that this is going to be over in just a few moments.
There's a time for trying to hype up a comeback. This isn't it. This is not it. And I think ETHEREAL know that. They're going to give themselves one last-ditch effort. They've got the 5 AKs, a spattering of utility. That nade does actually a decent amount of damage. They actually do for the Astralis nades there. I believe they are called. They are the ones who initially conceived of the idea. And it's actually enough to get the kill onto Nickelback. And Robin might be able to find something towards Connector as well. No, it's Lackey who finds one and actually gets a second. Bringing it into an even 3-on-3. Alien's going to fight back as well from short. The all close range is good. And Chrism with just a USP is just going to nail down Passionage. It's all up towards Kenzie. And the nade from Bondic will dunk him down as Winstrike secure the game.